Hello, everybody. My name is Navneet Upneja, and you can find about myself and read about myself on the introduction page that is there on your screen right now. Just to update everyone, I am recording this small video to show you a very cool feature of SQL Developer, which is a free development tool provided by Oracle with every installation of Oracle database and Oracle client. And the feature that I'm going to show you in this video is about comparing the execution plans of a SQL statement. So, what is SQL Developer? If we can spend just a minute on that. So, it is a graphical tool for Oracle databases. As I told as I told you earlier, like this is a free tool and it comes by default with every Oracle database installation and every Oracle client installation, apart from, I believe, Oracle Instant Client. So you need to install, if you're installing administrator client, this SQL Developer will come as a default installation within that installation of client itself, and it's a simple to install. So even if you want to have a standalone SQL developer, you can always go to the Oracle's website where you can find all the softwares to download, and you can install or download rather the latest version of a SQL developer. So probably like if you are using a SQL developer, which comes as a default installation with any Oracle database, the version would be a bit old. Uh, so just to keep myself updated with new features and the new releases for SQL Developer, I have downloaded the latest version, which is 17.4, which was released in the last quarter of 2017. And you will see that the naming convention has changed a bit for Oracle products, and so does that goes with SQL Developer as well. So right now the current version is 17.4. Okay, so since it's a small video, let's go directly to the execution plan feature that I'm going to discuss about SQL Developer. Uh, if you are a developer, I would rather say, Oracle developer or Oracle DBA, the possibility is that you are spending quite a bit of time fixing your SQL plans, or rather, I would say that you spend a lot of time working on performance issues of SQL statements, which does require going through all the execution plans and going by that, and you normally fix the SQLs, change some SQL syntax, or you put up some hints, then generate the plan again. The most important part is you then go back to the older plan and compare if your new plan is actually a good one or it has gone bad. But there is no default feature in conventional SQL Star Plus that can actually give an option to compare the plans. Whether you have to copy your plan in one, maybe Notepad plus plus, which is my favorite tool, and you have to have another sheet or the same, even in the same sheet, you paste the second plan, and then you have to scroll up and down to compare those. So what SQL Developer gives us is a cool feature within the tool where we can actually generate different plans of a SQL statement, and then not only we can generate, but we can compare those on a same screen. So let me open my instance of SQL Developer. Okay. So once you download a standalone version of SQL Developer, you actually get two options. One is with Java, and the second one is without Java. Oh, the other JDK, I would say that. So the version that I have right now is with it. It comes with JDK, so I don't have to worry about the version of JDK or Java installed on my own machine, because there can be, in your organizations, there can be an instance where you need to maintain certain level or certain version of Java. So if you download SQL Developer with JDK, you don't have to worry about what version of JDK is there on your machine. You don't have to touch that, but rather just invoke. Okay, so I'm just invoking my SQL Developer right now. It's taking a bit of time. Okay, so here we go. So this is the default screen for my SQL Developer. I'll just go to one of the connection that I already have in my SQL Developer. I'll just pass on the password, wait for it to connect. Okay, so it's still connecting. It's a connection over the VPN, so sometimes it takes longer to connect to a database. Okay, so here you go. So if let's say I have a statement, it's a pretty long one, so it's one of the statement I was working recently. So let's just take the SQL statement out of that view. And if you want to generate a SQL execution plan, you have to go to this icon on over top of your screen and simply click that. And you will see that in the pane just below your SQL statement, you will see the execution plan that optimize the things it's going to use when you will actually run this statement. So what it gives you is a very generic options of what is the estimated cardinality for each step, what's the cost associated with that. And if you scroll down, you will actually get information about all the predicates, all other type, all other information about a SQL plan in the same pane. So it's a cool feature, first of all. Even if we don't talk about the compare thing, it's a visual feature that sometimes we struggle on standard SQL Star Plus if we are not very much comfortable with the formatting of the screen. So in SQL Developer, you essentially don't need to do any formatting. It just does it for you by default, and you're good to go. So we're talking about comparing the plans. So by default, you have a SQL, you run the execution plan, you actually click the button to generate the plan, and it is done, right? So now let's say I'm not happy with my plan. So what I will do is I made some change in the SQL, right? And I have a modified SQL. Now I want to see a plan for this modified SQL. I'll go back to the execution plan button one more time and simply do a click, right? So once I do that, my plan gets changed, right? So this is my new plan according to the change that I have made. But there is no compare feature. So if you see here, it has generated the new plan, but the older plan actually has been replaced. Means the window pane that I'm right now seeing does not contains the old plan. So there is a trick to do that. So if you see here, if you can notice my cursor, in the left corner of the execution plan pane, there is this pin, right? So if you take your cursor over that, it will show you the comment as pin. You have to click this. So the pin should point downwards, which says that this pin is now freezed. So as long as this pin will remain down, this pin will remain freezed. It will not change. It will not be replaced, right? So in this case, what I have to do is I have to run my statement one more time, the second statement. So if I have to run my first statement again, what I'll do is I'll replace my statement and I'll generate the plan one more time. So now you have two tabs. One is explain plan and the second one is explain plan one. So now you have two parallel tabs. One is the old one is the new one. So what ideally you have to do is just click any of this pane, do a right click, and you have to go to the option which says compare with explain plan. So this explain plan is actually a name of the pane. This is the tab name. So if I go to explain plan, first tab, I go right click, it will say compare with explain plan one. So if I click this, there would be a third tab will open up and it will show you both the plans. On the left hand side, it is the explain plan, and the second on the right hand side, it shows the explain plan one. So now you have two plans. You can easily compare that on a single screen, and it does give you additional options. Which will show you just the differences, if it's the same plan or if it's a different plan or what's the changes, right? Or if you don't want to see the predicate information, you can simply say ignore predicates, and yeah, you're done. You'll just see the simple plan. So yeah, so this is a cool feature. At least it's helping me a lot in my performance tuning tasks, which I'm doing. Earlier, I used to spend a lot of time comparing those plans, doing up and down, doing scrolling up and down on my notepads. But since the time I have actually got hold of this feature, it's just a time saving one, and it's actually giving me good results. So I hope you like this short video, and if you want to hear more from me, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I would be sharing links to my social media networks, to my blog, or in the description of this video. Thank you so much.